Hey Pawpaw Ridge, I'm going to make a lifetime garden and I started with it already. I've finished 11 of these Birdies beds, but I wanted to show you how I put together at least one of them. So you want to start with a nice level area that you're going to build on, and I go ahead and open the box and pull out all the pieces and lay them where they go. This is the plastic piece that's going to eventually go around the top. When you get ready to do this, throw it out in the sun, let it warm up a little bit because it'll make your life easier. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and take each of your panels. It has a protective coating on it, and you need to just take and get it from the corner and start it, and then peel it back so it's about 2 inches, and leave the rest on because it'll protect it the whole time you're going to build it. These are the brackets that you're going to need depending on your design, but I'm going to need one here and over there. So I put the 2 brackets in the middle. Now you have a couple different pieces here for the setup that I'm doing. If you're doing it 4 feet wide, you need to use all of this, but for me, I'm only doing it 2 feet wide. All I need is these 2 pieces, and these are extra. To make things easier, because I was doing 12 of these, what I did was I dumped all of the nuts and bolts out, and I separated them into 2 separate bins. It just made it easier to pull whether you need a nut or the screw. One of the great things about Birdie's bed is really you only need these tools, but I suggest you upgrade to a socket and use these 2. Simple to put together. This is known as the large 5-in-1 bed, but I'm going to set it up as 2 feet by 10 feet long, but there's 5 different configurations that you can set this bed up into. They suggest that you do the side panels first and they bolt them together, then do the end panels, but I do it a little bit different. I do the end panels first and then connect them together after that. Go ahead and put all the screws and nuts on each panel. Do it finger tight, and then at the end, I use a driver to tighten them all at the same time. Just be aware that some of these have Birdies stamped on them. Just make sure you don't put them upside down. When it's the panel with the frame part, I go ahead and put 1 bolt in the top, and then you need to do the 2 bottom ones without doing these 2 yet. So the next one would be at the very bottom. And I just kind of lay it down with it on there, and then put the nut on. Then raise it up and get that second one. So when you come to the bracket, you put the 2 bottom screws in. You want this piece to go down, and it goes through the 2 and then sits like that inside the channel. Then you go ahead and bolt in the next 2 bolts. They have you set it down so you don't have to keep your arm on it like this, but I just keep my weight of my arm on here, and then I pull the next piece up, and I just work like that instead of working it flat on the ground. If you're doing a bunch of these, an impact is the way to go. So right before you install, the satisfying part. Oh yeah. So now you put the safety edge on. They say use a butter knife, but I don't have one, so I'm using a little small flat blade screwdriver, and kind of put it in there and get it started, and then just push it up to the edge like that, and then just go ahead and start working it down as you go. So when you're finished with putting all the edging on, don't cut it really tight here for right now. Give it about 1 inch extra, because the sun will take and either shrink it or expand it, and then let it sit there for a little bit, and then come finally put it down at the very end. So I use a soup can with a piece of wood and I screwed it to the top of it, and then I'll heat it up. And what I'll do is every so often I'll burn through the fabric to make a hole. Now, why do you want that? Just in case you get a big deluge of rain and it fills the bed quickly. If you don't have those ports where it can go through the fabric quickly, it might come out from under the bed. So that's for, you know, great drainage. And also you can intermingle the soils, and that's kind of good so worms or whatever can come in. When you're heating up the tin cup, make sure it's well ventilated because you don't want to breathe those gases. When you go to fill this in, do a perimeter of your dirt so you can push this out so it's the full 2 feet, and then fill in from there. If you're using a tractor, don't jump right onto these because it'll pull it in. You need to work carefully around these. Then once you get the soil underneath and it has support, then you can go to it after that. So I'm building a lifetime garden and I want my beds to be the same thing. So when I was searching for all the different bed types, I came up with that I wanted Birdies beds. I've had 3 of them a long time ago. I've had them for 5 years and they still look brand new. So I picked these. They have a coating called an alu zinc coating that will keep it lasting for 20 plus years. Another thing I love about them is that they're modular, and for instance this one that I bought came in, I believe, 5 different designs where you could do it any way you want. I decided to go with the 2 feet by 10 feet long, and it's 15 inches high, and that was important to me. Another thing I like, even though they're very durable, they're light so you can move them around. Also, they're super easy to put together. They also come in different sizes like 15 inches and 30 inches, so it can be customizable to your garden. If you like them as much as I do, I'll put a link down below and you can check it out. It really helps if you click on our link because they gave us a link and it supports our channel. All right, have a great day. Hey, if you liked the video, check out some of these.